Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Luanda Duma and this is the HR perspective with your corporate queen. If you're joining us for the very first time, welcome to you, our new subbies. This is home, and to all our returning subscriber, or well, my returning subscriber, because we are a family here. Thank you so much for choosing me once again. So we're back again with another important conversation, because you know how we do it here on the HR perspective. I know I've been gone for like a whole week, but I am back. I'm just learning to manage my time because you guys know I always upload on a Monday, and I know I missed last week Monday, but this week we are back and we are going to be consistent. So what inspired today's topic? I had an interview about 2 days ago or 3 days ago, on Power FM, where we were talking about mentorship, the concept in its entirety, as well as the benefits and why this is so important, especially for your career, right? And I thought, man, we didn't have enough time to speak about everything and the most important thing, which is the benefits and how to go about getting a mentor, right? So I thought to myself, well, let's take it to the HR perspective. And if you guys missed that interview, you can find it on my Instagram at Luanda Duma. It is on my IGTV, and you can catch the full dialogue there. It was a very, very interesting conversation. It was between mentors and mentees, and basically expectations thereof and how to grapple with the whole thing. But anyways, let's get straight into our video. Grab your water, grab your cool drink, grab your pen, and most importantly, your notebook, right? So before we speak about the benefits of mentorship, I wanted to go through understanding what it is, right? Because when you understand something and when you know something, it is easier, and you are more intentional about how you go about it because of your level of awareness, right? So what is mentorship, right? I'm going to take you through the definition of what mentorship is and our everyday explanation of what mentorship is and how we go about it, right? So mentorship is a learning partnership between employees for the purpose of sharing technical information, institutional information, and insights on various topics, such as or a particular concept, such as your job, your organization, your endeavor, your occupation, and so forth, right? So mentorship is basically when two people, one with more knowledge than the other, kind of like come together and assist each other in a certain journey or a specific goal or a specific project, right? I'm very, very passionate about mentorship, guys, because I think part of the woman that I am today and how my career has propelled so much is because I have been mentored. I know the benefits, I live the benefits, and I try by all means to use my platform as a mentorship platform where people can come on and engage with content and wrestle with content that will help them grow and thrive. And this is exactly what the HR perspective is about as well, right? So mentorship is a huge thing and it will grow your career. But I'm only going to focus on 3 important benefits of mentor, right? And I'm going to go into detail through all 3 of them, and then after that I'm going to give you a step-by-step process of how to choose a mentor and how to go about getting a mentor, right? To be more practical about it, because certain things always seem far-fetched until you have a step-by-step blueprint on how to really go about it. So let's get straight into it, right? So the first benefit of having a mentor, especially in the workplace, within your career, or any other area of your life, really, guys, it applies across the spectrum, right, is that you will have improved personal and career development, right? That means you are going to grow as a person, and also grow in your career because of that level of intentionality that comes with getting a mentor, right? Because when you get a mentor, you want to achieve something, right? And you need somebody to bridge that gap from where you are to where you want to be, right? So when you get a mentor in the spectrum of improved career and personal development, it's you taking ownership of your profession, right? And you taking ownership of your own development as a person, as an employee, as an employer, or whatever the case may be, right? So you are exercising growth through a relationship with somebody else, right? Which is your mentor, right? So the nice thing about you know, getting a mentor in the workplace is that you don't feel stagnant in your job life, right? Whereas you'll find that as you begin to wrestle with your career and what you want to do, and as the years go by, you become stagnant in your organization or in your job, and everything just becomes redundant and frustrating, and you hate what you do all of a sudden. That time you used to be passionate about it when you started. So having somebody to guide you, to challenge you, to offer you support, and to offer you resources that you need to grow and propel in your career will improve you as a person, right? And also your career, right? So another thing is that a mentor is a trustworthy resource that you can go to for any advice, right? So if you find yourself at a crossroad within your career or your personal life, and you don't know what to do, for instance, should I leave the organization? I've gotten another job offer, you know, and all of those things. So your mentor is somebody that will give you advice on how to, you know, make decisions, on how to problem solve, on how to deal with certain things that you may encounter in your career, right? So it's very, very important, because not only does it develop your career, but it also develops you as a person, right? And how you show up is really how everything else that you do is going to unravel. Okay, point number 2, improved onboarding and productivity. Let me tell you, child, there is nothing more frustrating than being in a new job or a new organization and feeling alone and overwhelmed, not knowing what to do, don't know the expectations, you're too afraid to ask, right? So these are all things that you are relieved from once you get a mentor, right? It releases you from being overwhelmed in a new job, in a new position, in a promotion, or whatever the case may be, right? And that feeling of overwhelmness can keep you stagnant and keep you rigid and afraid and fearful, and you end up not performing right? So it improves productivity because you receive support and have support in terms of, if you have any questions, if you encounter any problems, you have somebody that you can go to. And you know, the beauty is that some people work with supervisors or managers or bosses that they fear and they feel like they can never speak to, or if they ask certain questions, some question may be perceived as dumb and so forth. So having this person really does help, because you can ask them certain questions. It's a different perspective, whether or not they're in your particular organization or it's just somebody who's mentoring you across all spectrums of life, right? Another thing is that once you've developed, right, your mentorship will lead to enhanced job satisfaction. There's nobody who's more productive and ready to change and ready to raise their hand for whatever task than an employee that feels like they are satisfied in their job. They understand what is expected, they give off and meet those expectations, they smash their goals, they are ready to just offer themselves and raise their hands for things that are hard, and you are just like umukeli or umugai or on par, man, you know. So that job satisfaction leads to productivity, and that productivity leads to better performance, and you are then, you know, you shine, you stand out in an organization if you are somebody that is satisfied in their job and is productive. So mentorship, guys, is very, very beneficial, especially for somebody who wants to take ownership of their career and who wants to see themselves grow within a specific industry or a specific organization, right? Number 3, leadership development, right? As you begin to, you know, have a relationship with this person, it exercises your leadership ability and capabilities, right? It exercises those traits about you that build you to become a leader, right? So a typical mentor-mentee relationship is between somebody more senior and a junior, right? So you learn a lot from this person, as well as you guys have your sessions, as you guys depending on how you guys go about it and how the mentorship works, right? So as you guys interact with your mentor, it exercises those traits about you that build you to become a leader, right? And then as a mentee, you experience faster personal growth, right? Because we said in the beginning that it improves personal and career development. So you experience that growth on a faster pace because it kind of feels like you have somebody holding your hand. You have somebody, it's like you're blindfolded, walking in a room and you have a stick and you don't know what to hit. So having a mentor means that there's somebody ordering your steps, not the Lord, just the mentor, and so forth, right? So it also provides that sense of purpose, right, and intentionality in your career growth, right? And it strengthens you for any leadership position, whether it be in that organization or organizations to come as well, right? So those are the top three benefits that I wanted to highlight to everyone today about why you should go for mentorship, or why mentorship is a very beneficial tool to help you grow in your career. But the big question often always remains on, how do I go about getting a mentor, Luyanda? Like, do I just walk up to somebody and be like, hi, my name is Luyanda, can you please mentor me? Or whatever the case may be, which can be quite weird if we are being honest. So there are certain ways in which you can go about getting a mentor, right? Two things that I want to highlight before we go into the step-by-step procedure. One, right? You don't need to get a mentor that is in your organization, in the same field, same department or industry to thrive in your career. Usually, your mentor is somebody that you look up to for various reasons and can help you in different, phases of your life, right? So, and the second thing is that, guys, a mentor-mentee relationship needs to add value for both people, right? It's like a relationship. Like, not only one person must benefit in a relationship. So even in a mentor and mentee relationship, both of you must benefit. As much as you feel like you cannot teach this person anything because they are so mighty, they need to learn something from you, and you need to add value into their life as well, because they are giving you the most precious resource, which is time, right? So how are you going to make this worth their while as well? Kind of sounds creepy, but yeah, cool. So now that you know those two things, you need to also add value into that person's life. And then secondly, it doesn't have to be somebody within your organization for you to thrive in your career. It could be somebody in a completely different industry, sphere, or life in J as a whole, right? Cool, let's go straight into it. Number one, you need to outline or write down your professional goals. Before you even go to Luyanda and say, Luyanda, can you be my mentor? What are your goals, right? So, because for you to choose Luyanda to be your mentor, there are certain questions that you need to answer and certain boxes that you need to tick before deciding that Luyanda is the right person to help me. And this is something that I did with the help of my brother. When I wanted to approach my current mentor to be my mentor, right? So I outline and write down your professional goals. What do you want out of the relationship as well with your mentor? What do you want to learn? How do you want to grow? What do you want to learn from that person? What do you want to achieve in your career, in your life? Because people have mentors even for marriages, for relationships. So what do you want to achieve in that area of your life? What do you want? Be very clear about the aim of the relationship. What are the purposes? What are the objectives of that relationship? What are your goals professionally, right? And once you've written that down and you know that, it will then, what's the word? Your answers to all those questions will then determine the type of mentor-mentee relationship or the type of mentorship that you require to help you achieve that, right? So that is just number one. Know what you want out of it, right? And then number two, right? Identify the type of person that could help you achieve those goals. Don't just wake up and say, I want to be mentored by Luyanda, I want to be mentored by Mang Mang and Mang Mang. There needs to be a reason based on the fact of what you want that supports that you want that person. So once you've written down those questions and you've answered them and so forth, you start to write a list of the possible people that will help you for the different aspects and areas of your life, right? So it doesn't have to be somebody senior like Njalo, but it could always be your peers, somebody on the same level that is probably knows more than you in a specific topic or a project or in your career, right? So that is how you go about determining the type of person that is going to help you. You don't choose people because it would be nice to be mentored by Luyanda or whoever because of whatever reasons, right? The reasons need to be of benefit to you. Number three, Establish a relationship with the potential mentor. Guys, build rapport. Let me tell you what I did before I even got my mentor to be my mentor. She had speaking engagements. Child, you know who was there. I was there. I'd make sure I come early. I sit in the front. I ask a question. Even at the end, when it's time for questions, I am there engaging with my mentor, getting her to sign my book. I go all out. And not when I'm determined and when I want something, I make sure that, and my intentions are clear. I make sure that I follow through it. So build rapport. Start, engaging with their content. If it's somebody on social media, start having a say. Tweet them or pick their brain on something. Build a harmonious relationship with that person. Don't just rock up as a stranger. They don't know who you are, what you're about, and so forth. So start building rapport and having that relationship with your potential. So I went to her speaking engagements. I watched her YouTube channel. I engaged with her content. I made sure I followed her on every social media platform. And I was I wasn't afraid to speak my mind and offer my hand. Whenever she needed support, I would be there. I'd repost her stuff. Because why? I understand that she can't add value in my life, whereas I can't add value in hers. So that's very, very important. And then number 4, which is the last point, develop a mutually beneficial relationship for the both of you guys. Now you can either email this person, DM this person, or when you meet this person, talk to them, whatever the case may be, and develop something that is going to add value for the both of you guys. Like, if I can offer the relationship that I have with my mentor to everyone, I would dish it out like this, because I think we have the most understanding, relationship in terms of obviously mentorship, but she is superb. The busiest woman I know, but she'll always make time, because she also understands that when I make time for this person, not only am I adding, value to her life, but I'm hoping that she feels like I do the same. And that brings us to our end of the video on mentorship. So ask your questions down below, leave it in the comment section. I'll definitely answer, but I wish you well, and I hope that you will find the right mentor that will help you achieve all your career and personal goals, right? Thank you so much for tuning into the HR Perspective. My name is Luyanda Duma, your corporate queen. I'm out.